guys, welcome back. So today I'm doing a work in progress on a diamond painting. So if you haven't already, go and get your painting set up. And it doesn't really matter whether it's a diamond painting or whether it's acrylic or oils or watercolour, or even if you are doing fluid painting. Go and get your gears, grab a cuppa, pick up a snack, and come and join us, and we will splash some colour on our canvas together over the next 20 minutes or so. I've got a friend visiting today, and he usually hangs out in my kitchen, but he wanted to come and have a closer look. This is Herbert. He got really excited when he saw me unboxing this a little while ago. This is the bread baking. I'm having trouble concentrating. This is the bread baking kit that I unboxed a while ago from Home Fun. And I have to say, the drills are going on really well. They're not popping. And guess what? There are no black on this. There are no 310s at all on this particular kit. So that's been a real bonus. But Herbert just wanted to come and have a squiz and just check it out before it hit his wall. Yeah, poor guy, he always looks like he's trying to lay an egg, you know, but shh, don't tell him that it ain't ever going to happen, because, you know, he just loves welcoming all the new arrivals that come into my kitchen. Yeah, especially the ones that are of the baking variety. You know what I mean. Like these ones. See these? Black Forest Oaties. He welcomed them yesterday. As you can tell, my passion apart from diamond painting is baking. And if you would like to know a bit more about Black Forest Oaties, please check out Baking on a Budget, and you'll be able to get the recipe and follow along as I made them yesterday. Okay. Have you ever noticed that baking is like painting? In baking, you mix up all your ingredients together, and sometimes it's not looking that flash when you go to put it in the pan to bake. It can look flat, it can look a weird colour, sometimes it just looks insipid for that matter, and then a touch of heat happens, and suddenly your baking starts rising. It gets coloured up from the baking, and you pull it out and you have this fabulous piece of edible art that soon gets demolished by your family. Painting's the same. You mix up your colours. In a normal painting, you put the paint onto the canvas and you put it on, especially with acrylics, you put it on layer by layer and you build up your picture. And sometimes it doesn't look that good. And you wonder, is this really worth carrying on with? And it isn't until you get a number of layers on and the transparencies build and build and build that the character of the painting starts coming through. And it's the same with diamond painting. Diamond painting isn't meant to be appreciated with your nose just about on the canvas. When we make our diamond paintings, we do it really close up. And as we place one diamond at a time, or up to 9 if you're adventurous, sometimes we can get a little discouraged with what we can see. I heard somebody talking about a cat that had green on its tail the other day, and they were very concerned that their grey cat had green. I know for a fact that one of the pictures that I gave to a family member has got green in some of the shadowing. If you're listening to this, this is for you. Just persevere. It may look unusual, but our human eyes just can't perceive everything that we're seeing. You know, there's a limit to what we can take in. And so when we diamond paint, the computer sets up the colours for us that they send over from wherever we've bought our canvas from. And sometimes when we're placing the colours, it can look really, really wrong. But when we finally finish it, and then we stand back, we can see that actually it's not looking too good. Oh, I take that all back. It's looking very good. Diamond paintings are like most canvases. Art is not meant to be viewed close up. You should be at least 6 feet away from any painting to be able to appreciate the beauty of it. And diamond painting's the same. You need to be able to stand back and have a look and see what's happening. And what will happen is when you stand back, the colours merge with each other, and suddenly all those weird and wonderful colours, you don't notice them anymore because they fade into the background of the other colours. If you're really concerned, get your camera out, take a photo and have a look at the photo, because the camera will pick up bits that we can't see, and your diamond painting will always look a bit better in a photo than to our naked eye when we're so close. Now obviously, if I'm baking with fresh cherries, which I was, those Black Forest Oaties were made with fresh cherries, from my tree no less, you will have gathered that I'm not living in the United States at the moment. We are in fact in the middle of summer. Well, we think we're in the middle of summer, but we had a really unseasonable cold patch just on Christmas. My cherries were meant to have been ripe for Christmas Day. They practically always come ripe for Christmas Day, but not this year. Now, with cherries, if you pick them before they're ripe, they won't ripen. They're one of the few fruit that have to ripen on the tree. And so, come Christmas, after all the rain we'd had and the cold, they still were very unripe. And my tree is very unforgiving. It's of the variety that if it is not ripe, they are extremely sour. When they're ripe, they are incredibly delicious, as the birds having the cherry fest out in my tree at the moment can attest to. But for Christmas Day we missed out on our cherries this year. I think it was worth the wait though. We had an awful lot of cherries on the tree. And it doesn't actually matter that the birds are having a good feed, because there's still plenty left for me. I've picked 2 big buckets, and I'll do a bit more baking with them. I've eaten quite a few, given a few away. It's just really great. I'm not one for cherry pie. I've tried it, decided I don't like it. I prefer strawberries to cherries any day. And cherry pie is not really a food that we eat here in our country. I know in certain areas that it seems to be a staple, but I can say I've tried it. So I made it, I tried it last year. I made one last year, just to see what all the fuss was about. And the family did eat it, but nobody was in a hurry to have a second piece. And that was a bit disappointing. But never mind. As I said, the birds are absolutely enjoying it now. So as we're in summer, it's suddenly become very hot. Well, for us it's been very hot. Today it was 31, which is about 88 Fahrenheit. And we've had a few days like that. My poor son is expecting a day where it's 40 degrees centigrade, which is 104. I think I'd melt in that kind of heat. But what I was really curious is people that live in the hotter climates, When you do your diamond painting, do you do it outside? I've never been game to take my diamond painting outside in the sun because I thought that the heat may damage the glue or the diamonds or just affect the way that they stick. If you've tried it, or if you regularly diamond paint outside, how about you leave me a comment in the comments below and let us know whether it actually does affect the canvas or not. Adversely, if you live in a cold place where you are experiencing quite a bit of snow at the moment, does cold affect your diamond painting? We get a little bit of snow over winter. It normally only lasts a day or two and then it melts, and we don't get very much, luckily. It does get very cold though. We have good frosts every morning and they take till about 10:30–11 to clear every day, if we're lucky. It takes a long time for the day to warm up. Do you find that the harsh climate affects the integrity of the glue to hold the diamonds to the canvas? It's a serious question. I'm just curious because I have not had the experience of that yet. I don't know whether I want to risk it either. I'd hate to wreck a canvas just because I was dying of curiosity. P. Almost forgot what symbol I was looking for. And as you can tell, I'm a wee bit slow. It's interesting being able to talk as well as diamond paint and try and find the right place at the right time. But it's a bit of fun. I'm really looking forward to getting down to this corner here. This is where the hot cross buns are. But I've been very good, and I've started in my top corner where I normally start, and I've worked my way across. I've had no popping drills at all, and all of them have been of a uniform size, so it's been really nice. Okay, I think I'm just about done with that colour. Tighten up, there's one more. Don't you just love it when you've done all the colour? Like when I diamond paint, I do one colour at a time. I open each section. I started with this section and then I did this section, and now I'm working on this section. Oops, hand and glue. And I normally place all the diamonds of one colour before I move on to the next. But I often find myself that I've missed one or two, like there's an R there, and I've already placed all the R's that I thought I had, so I'm going to have to go back and put that one back in later. But it's a little frustrating when you think, oh, I finished that number, and then you move on. Right, I'll put that one away. So the other day I ordered my very first custom. It came as a bundle deal. I wasn't expecting to order a custom at that particular time. I wanted the canvas that I was ordering, and I saw at the bottom it had bundle deal. And so I clicked on the bottom of the page and it opened up a new page, and there were 3 different bundles that you could get. And the middle one was with a custom. And so I thought, why not? I had a picture that I wanted to do, and so I've now got that on order, and it's in transit as we speak. So I'm quite looking forward to doing that. I did it the hard way. I didn't quite do it. I didn't order it the way that you normally do, but that was a learning curve, and so that will be an upcoming video on how to order a custom so that you don't have to fumble your way through the same that I did. I'm just looking for the next colour that I want, and for the life of me I cannot see a bee. There it goes, bee. Nice pretty orange colour. $7.21. I have to say, this kit has had some lovely colours. They're nice, they're bright, they're vibrant. It's been really pretty to make. And I find the lighter colours are much easier on the eyes too. I found when placing the darker colours, it's harder to see the grid lines. And for the ones that don't have grid lines, I've just found that that's been really, really hard. But I'm going to persevere with that particular one. And with the one that I've got without grid lines, it has a black background, and that is the one that I in fact think I will get the 9 placer out and experiment, because I can't go any further wrong than what I would if I was doing them one at a time. This one's turning out really pretty. As I said just before, a family member of mine, in fact several family members of mine, were given diamond paintings for Christmas, and none of them had done this particular craft before, and so I'm catching up with one of them in February, and I'm quite looking forward to her comments as to how she feels, whether she likes it and whether she wants to continue. And I'd like to see just how far she's progressed. And well, it's always a good time just to catch up with family. My family live in different cities to what I do, and there's quite a bit of distance between us, and I really miss them. So we have got a family occasion that we are getting together for, and it's going to be really good. I can't wait. Diamond painting will need to take a back seat that day. But it's all good. KB. I think I'm just about out of bees. Oh, that's a 9. There we go. On some of the canvases, some of the letters and the colouring can be very confusing. This one, the bee is a light orange with a black bee in it, and although the 9 also has an orange background, it's still not too hard to distinguish between the two. The last kit I did had a lot of the symbols were on a white background, and it was very hard to distinguish between the Q and the O, and I had in fact to look very, very hard. In the end I decided that I was going to do all the Q's first, so that way if I missed any or I misread any, I could then pick them up when I was doing the O's. If I was in any doubt, I left it and made it an O, and I found that worked pretty good. There was a few Q's that I missed, but on the whole it came out well. Okay, this one in the middle. I wear magnifying glasses when I do this. It certainly helps with being able to see the symbols a lot better, especially when you're scanning like I am now for maybe one missed square. Yes, and there it goes. Alright, and on to the next colour. How are you going? I know there's a bit of confetti on this one, but I don't mind. I like placing my diamonds one at a time, and as you can see, I don't diamond paint the fastest. I actually have fibromyalgia, which affects my joints and muscles, and I have arthritis in my hands as well, which makes using these pens really, really good. I really appreciate the grip that's on them. I actually had bought pencil grips to go on my diamond painting pens before I got my first kit that had one of those in it, and I find that they're comfortable to use. They don't make my hands hurt as much, and I have not dropped the drill pen since using one with a pencil placer, so that's been an added bonus. How do you find using these pens? Have you made your own that are a bit thicker? I've seen one or two YouTube videos about extra wide pens, but I haven't been going to have a go yet. It certainly, I think, would make it easier. The wider the pen, the easier it is to grasp. But as I said, I find that this pen with the pencil grip on it is quite satisfactory to work with. I'm just getting the C's in here. Again, it's another nice bright orange. This was 720, so it's just one colour value different to the one that I was placing before. It's really interesting when you place the diamonds and you're putting them in the middle. And you're not really sure quite what this is, and it isn't until you've finished the whole piece that it comes to life. Just a minute, please. Excuse me. It's my system telling me it's time I stopped and had a drink. Oh, that's a good cup of tea. Right, back to our C's. Have we got any more? Yes, there's one up there. Do you diamond paint? Does anybody out that's watching at the moment diamond paint while they travel? As I said, in about a month's time I'll be catching up with family members, and it will involve quite a bit of travelling. How do you manage to diamond paint on the go? Do you take your light? Well, you can't take your light book because it won't work unless you've got a power bank with you. How do you find a flat surface that you can diamond paint on, especially like if you're in a vehicle? Do you take a tray, or do you just use it one of the suitcases, or do you just roll it up and use a noodle? I'd really like to hear your comments on that. Some suggestions would be great. I guess I'm going to experience it myself soon, but I'd really like to hear some suggestions before I go. There's no point in taking stuff that you don't need to. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to stop here. I'm going to start coughing, and nobody wants to listen to that. So, look after each other. Have a really good day wherever you are. Thanks for joining us and putting a bit of colour on your canvas, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.